Are you headed? I'll put you kind of right there.
Right there.
Okay.
Are you headed back to Washington pretty soon?
No, I'm be home for a little while longer. Yeah, I'm going overseas next week. Yeah.
I'm good.
Right here. Senator Graham, for this, feel free to look at me.
Okay.
But basically, take us through. I know there's a lot going on in the world
Yeah.
right now. You mentioned
Okay.
you did talk about COVID-19, which you had a few weeks ago.
Okay.
But the state of the hospitals, I know a lot of them are filling up,
Yeah.
and even patients who
Yeah.
don't have COVID.
Okay. To the unvaccinated, you have your freedom, but all of us have responsibilities. The sooner we can get vaccinated in this state, the better off. Our doctors and nurses are under siege. The hospitals are filling up again. I was vaccinated in January. I had a breakthrough case, had a couple of bad days, but I didn't have to go to the hospital. So I think the vaccine lessens the blow of the Delta variant. I think the vaccine will allow us to get back to normal sooner. So if you haven't been vaccinated, please do. South Carolina has way too many unvaccinated people. The longer we go without herd immunity, the longer our lives will be in upheaval. And we're building a new emergency room here today. I've talked to the doctors and nurses. It's been a heck of a year and a half for them. Okay?
I know a lot of this too. I mean, there are some people who are having a hard time getting into emergency rooms,
Yeah.
even if they don't have COVID. I mean,
Yeah.
Is there anything that can be done to help you?
So here's the problem of hospitals. When you have an influx of COVID patients, you have to do a triage. You have to limit access in other areas. So when the hospitals fill up with COVID patients, elective surgeries postponed, people are diagnosis when it comes to cancer is delayed, emergency room capability is lost. So the ripple effect of being overwhelmed by COVID is real to other medical conditions. So it's a simple message. Freedom requires a certain level of responsibility. Freedom without responsibility is chaos. Let's get vaccinated in this state. Okay.
Sir, also on Afghanistan,
Yeah.
there's a lot that's been going on in the Kabul airport, but
Yeah.
take us through really your
Okay.
thoughts right now.
Well, Afghanistan is heartbreaking. What you see on television breaks all of our hearts. I've been there probably 25 or 30 times since 9/11. I served as an Air Force reservist in those prisons. ISIS has probably doubled its capability because all the ISIS fighters in jail are now out. So let's start with what it means to America. These are heartbreaking images, but what does it mean to us? The likelihood of another 9/11 has gone through the roof. President Biden took the most dangerous, risky strategy, which was to move all of our troops out. Without our troops in place, the Taliban have now taken over. They're aligned with al-Qaeda, and it will only be a matter of time till they reconstitute, presenting a threat to the homeland. So if you really want to stay safe over here, we got to have some of our troops over there. And the sad thing is that we were under 5,000 troops. This was very manageable, but now you've pulled the plug on Afghanistan. Watch for a rise of al-Qaeda that will directly threaten the American homeland. As to what's going on the ground, we need to push back a perimeter so you don't have so much chaos. What I worry the most about is an ISIS attack on those trying to leave and our soldiers. ISIS hates the Taliban. ISIS is the mortal enemy of al-Qaeda, believe it or not. ISIS has a more aggressive agenda when it comes to radical Islam. They see al-Qaeda almost as the Rotary Club. So what worries me the most is a suicide bomber, ISIS suicide bomber, getting in the middle of our troops and those who've helped us trying to get out and wreak havoc and carnage. We should have another avenue out. Bagram Air Base is out in the middle of nowhere. If we had it open, we could get more people out safely. So short term, I'm worried about leaving people behind. Long term, I worry greatly about another 9/11.
It seems the Taliban have given about a week deadline to get out there. Do you believe that they'll work with us during that time? Can they be trusted?
I believe if we don't fight for those who helped us now, we'll pay a heavy price in the future. We should go to the Taliban. I don't mind talking with them and tell them we're staying here as long as it takes to get those out who helped us and all Americans. And I don't believe the Taliban want a war with the United States. If they believed we were willing to fight for our people, I think we would have a chance to get more of them out. But right now, my biggest fear is not the Taliban, it's ISIS. ISIS could do a twofer here. By attacking us and those trying to leave, they'd create international headlines, and it'd be embarrassment to the Taliban, and it would be a blow to America. So I would just urge President Biden to extend the deadline. There's no way we get everybody out by 31 August, and I would urge him to increase the capability to get people out by reopening Bagram Air Base and giving the Taliban an ultimatum rather than them giving us an ultimatum. My fear is that President Biden is going to be given an ultimatum by the Taliban and blink. And if that happens, we leave by 31 August, we're going to leave thousands of people behind who helped us and who would help you in the future.
And here in South Carolina, Governor McMaster at 2 o'clock today is going to discuss with the Accelerate SC Task Force how to distribute the American Rescue Plan funding. How about kind of the recovery effort in the wake of COVID while we're still dealing with the Delta variant?
Well, number one, we have a lot of money in the system. We have roads and bridges in disrepair, so I think we need an infrastructure facelift for South Carolina. We're dealing with the effects of COVID. We don't have a money problem when it comes to COVID. We have a vaccination problem. We've got plenty of money in the system now. A lot of money came out of Washington, but all the money in the world is not going to really help if people don't do their part. The sooner we get to herd immunity, the better. The sooner we get vaccinated, the better likelihood of getting back to a normal life.
That's all I've got.
Thank you. Anything else?
Thanks,
guys.
Appreciate you.
Thanks.